Good morning, everybody. It's Felisa. It is a beautiful day in my neighborhood. This is another entry into AVADIM, a video a day in May. Shout out to my May babies, my fellow Taurians. Happy birthday and what's up? So hopefully I uploaded the vlog, the right vlog yesterday. Well, my vlog hopefully yesterday was about wiped up movement and the desperation of women. And there was something that I mentioned on that vlog that I literally have been talking about online since that time, and I'm disturbed by it. And that's this: one of the teachings in that group was to not disclose past trauma, childhood trauma, hurt, pain, all that kind of stuff to men because it would be a burden to them. As you know, I strongly disagreed and I pushed back on that nonsense. But in speaking, I mentioned this in one of the groups yesterday, and I was floored by the number of women who agree with that sentiment. And their reasons for agreeing with it was because you cannot tell men these things because they throw that in your face. I just didn't even know what to say. First of all, it's so disheartening to know that there are people who do this on both sides, because I'm sure that women do this as well. To take the vulnerabilities and the weakness of someone that has laid bare their soul and laid bare, their life to you in a trustful kind of way, only to have that information used against them at a later time, during an argument or whatever, is reprehensible. It really is. And those people are despicable and should never date. Like, seriously, like, you got some mental issues, go seek some help. But beyond that, I recognize how many of us have been so wounded and so damaged in relationships that we just don't trust. That's a trust issue. It really is. Like, I don't care what you call it. You can say, protecting yourself, you just being cautious, you just are protective over your history, whatever it is. That's just code word for I don't trust you. I don't trust you with this information. I don't trust you to allow me to be vulnerable. I don't trust you to protect me. I don't trust you to shield me. I don't trust you on that level. And it's odd to me that you would share your life in your bed with somebody and not your heart. How does that even work? What kind of relationships have we started to develop in this society where we give freely of our genitals and our lives up to a certain point? You can't have all of me. You can't know everything about me. You can't allow me to be open and vulnerable and transparent, because I'm afraid that at some point you're going to turn against me and use that information to wound me. I would just rather not be in a relationship if I have to do that. Like, seriously, that does not sound like it's any part of anything that I would ever want in life ever. I would never want someone to feel that way about me, and I never want to feel that way about someone else. I recognize that you cannot tell everything to everybody up front. I get that. There are levels to this. I'm not crazy. I'm not saying, bring your psychological profile to the first meeting. That's not what I'm saying at all. But a lot of these women were suggesting that you just never disclose it. Even after you marry someone. How do you marry someone, build a life, have their children potentially, commingle assets, commingle families, and never disclose that you've had a trauma of this magnitude? That alone is crazy to me. I would never want my husband to have suffered at the hands of someone else, some traumatic brutality, and feel like he can't tell me that. Feel like he has to withhold that portion of himself because he doesn't know what I'm going to do with that information. What kind of sleeping with the enemy kind of nonsense is that? How is this person worthy of your love and worthy of your respect and worthy of your time when you can't even trust them with who you are? How does this work? I don't understand how this works. Somebody please help me. Help it make sense. I just don't get it, and I don't really understand perhaps this way of dating. I really, really don't. Like I said before, you know, I've told the internets that I've survived childhood trauma. I also found it interesting that a lot of the women who were saying that they would never disclose this information to a man was very open in sharing information with virtual strangers in a group online. Who are we? Now, I know more than your man. Like, let that sink in. I know, I'm a stranger. I don't know you. I know your screen name, child. I know your font. I know more about you than the pair of thighs sleeping next to you. How does this work? I don't really understand the thought process behind this. We have a lot of wounded and damaged people who are walking around who should not be cultivating relationships simply because they take all that mess into another relationship and try and make it work. They take all that baggage into the next relationship, take all that hurt and pain and shove it underneath, you know, a blanket and pretend like it's not there. You cannot shrink yourself. You cannot make yourself smaller. You cannot silence your own voice. You cannot eliminate your emotions. You cannot pretend like it does not exist. Therapy is one thing. I am a huge proponent of therapy. Y'all know this. Like, I believe, get your tail in somebody's chair. Work through your issues. I'm not suggesting at all that your partner should be a counselor for you or a therapist. That's not the point. The point is to be able to be vulnerable and disclose certain things in your life. Not for him to magically make it better for you, but I'm telling you, there's healing in love. There's healing in confession. There's healing in vulnerability, because that time of being weak and vulnerable is his time to cover you. That is his job. That is his role. That is why he is in your life. And ladies, if y'all don't have that, if you don't have a man that can cover you, that will literally wrap arms around you and love you to healing, then you are with the wrong individual. Why are you wasting time with this person? What does he give you? After the money runs out and after the sex is over and after, you know, you've worn all the gifts or whatever it is that he's given to you, after all of that is done and you still are holding on to hurt and pain and shame and you don't have anywhere to put that and you're scared to give that to him because you don't know what he might do with that, what are you getting from him? Why are you with him? I just do not understand that. Like, Lord save me from a relationship that's like that. Even my ex-husband on his worst day, I trusted him with that information. I've trusted, well, y'all know I ain't really dated, but I've trusted any man that I've been in love with that information. It is a part of my history. It is important for you to know that, because there are certain triggers that I have. I'm aware of what those triggers are, but I need for you to know just in case something happens. Help me help myself. Like, seriously. Just like if you were married to an alcoholic, which I was, you monitor them. You know, you help them make better decisions, better choices, be more aware of their surroundings. Gently encourage them to not do things that are going to put themselves in a position where they may be triggered. It's no different. It's really not. And you walking around over here pretending like everything is cool, trying to hurry up and get in with your therapist because something has triggered you and you can't tell your man. You can't tell your husband. That's the dumbest thing ever, and you are breaking your own heart. I don't know why we do this as humans. I don't know. I really don't. But a lot of us are so wounded and so damaged and so fragile and so desperate to be loved, but we don't even know how. We don't even know how to be loved because we don't know how to be vulnerable. There is vulnerability in love. You cannot love without vulnerability. It just does not exist. You have to tear down those defenses and those walls and let somebody in. You have to. Otherwise, you're just playing at it. That's my opinion. Now, listen, I'm not saying run out and disclose all your business. I'm not. But start to build trust and start to determine if this person that you're with, that you're spending time with and giving your body to and your life to, is worth your time and worth your investment. And the way that you gauge that is, how is he able to support you and to uplift you in times of crisis, in times of pain and turmoil? You got to be able to trust him with that information. You have to. So there are a lot of men who are very strong advocates for women and for women's issues and protecting women and validating women. If you're not with one of those men, you are with the wrong man. You are with the wrong dude. Stop casting your pearls before swine. Stop it, because it's not going to come back to you, and you're going to be miserable no matter what you do. No matter what you do. All right, y'all, let me know what you think below. Leave your comments. I really would like to hear your feedback on this, because it bothers me. I don't like the idea of just hiding things. I don't. I will talk to y'all later. Y'all have a beautiful day. Bye.